Alright people, this is the entrance, I guess the road that goes into Hot Springs National Park. And apologize if the video is shaky or sucks, but you get what you get.
Yeah, and it's so pretty, especially in the fall when you're driving through here.
Sorry about that, I'm gonna have to hold this here.
You know, everything's orange and purple, and the colors are amazing. But yeah, this highway stretches about 25 minutes down this road, and then you pull into the town. And the town is situated inside of a national park. So Hot Springs was there to begin with. Like Al Capone and a bunch of the mobsters used to come down to Hot Springs in the 20s and 30s, and it was really, really popular tourist attraction long ago. And you'll see a lot of that when we get to town and you see downtown and how it's designed. All these old hotels and all this stuff that was very nice like 100 years ago. And the town is still kind of built like that. They maintained it. You know, it stopped being popular many years ago as a tourist destination. But it still maintained that same charm. And people in Arkansas visit all the time. But yeah, that's their big claim to fame, is all these mobsters and gangsters used to go here all the time. There's 5 or 4 major hotels in the downtown area. And a really cool bit of trivia about Hot Springs is they have tunnels that run under the entire city between all the major hotels, because every mob group, you know, the Italians own this hotel, and, you know, like other mob organizations own different hotels. But when they would come in and try and bust them during Prohibition, they'd take all the alcohol down and run them from the tunnels to the next hotel, and so they'd get away from the cops that way. But you can go down there still today and like go in these tunnels underneath the city. It's really wild, absolutely. All right, we're crazy. Officially pulling into Hot Springs now. You can't see it, of course, but there's a big mountain on the other side of these trees ahead of you. Behind that sign, we're about to get to them. You'll see the town. That's our tower right there. Hopefully Nathan will get a chance to get up there at the top of that tower off yonder in the distance. So we've got our boyhood home of President Bill Clinton. That's our big claim to fame here in Hot Springs. Old Billy C., the man himself, grew up here in my little town. This is our theme park over here on the right. We've got some roller coasters. So it's pretty exciting. It's Magic Springs. But yeah, so I've actually never been. I live right here in town, but I might go this summer for the first time. But I've only lived in Hot Springs for 5 months, so it's still new to me as well. But yeah, this is our theme park over here. There's a trailer park and our Arkansas Legacy over here on our left.
Oh. Almost missed it, guys. I wasn't paying attention.
Gotta see the trailer park. We got a lot of flack because our governor, I think it was Mike Huckabee at the time, they were remodeling the governor's mansion, and so our governor had to live in a trailer for 6 months. And we made the news because of that, because they were laughing at us that our Kansas governor lives in a trailer. Yeah, we're just now going to be pulling around. You can see the tower. There's a lot closer. And then we're getting into like the Ouachita area, and like the national park. So it's weird, like I was saying before, you know, the town is situated right inside of a national park, because it had all these hot springs, and Native Americans, they would come here as a place of healing, and it was seen that the waters like had all these properties to heal you and all these powers and everything like that. And then after that, the town and the bathhouses all sprung up. So in town, we've got a whole row of these bathhouses built in like 1910, 1920. A lot of them remain the exact same. They've kept them up, but they haven't modernized them at all. They've got a lot of the same, you know, architecture and the same furniture inside, and the tools and everything they use is really, really cool and rustic and authentic. So, and then we're officially pulling into the town now.
Okay.
So we're pulling into the downtown area. This was quite the hopping place back in the day, like 100 years ago, 80 or 90 years ago. Got the Lazy Hog Saloon on your right. This is where we're getting to the heart of it here pretty soon. Really cool. And this is our old like historical theater. We have a documentary film festival every year here on the right.
Oh, my documentary might be there next
This
year.
is Bridge Street. Take a quick shot down Bridge Street when we go past it. See how short it is? This is the home to the world's smallest St. Patrick's Day parade. And it's Bridge Street. That's it. That's the whole parade. Down that street. So that's a claim to fame right there. Lots of art galleries and fancy restaurants. Here's a bar. We'll probably end up here tonight, actually. Maxine's is an old whorehouse from back in the day. Now it's a bar. Lady Jezebel was Lady Maxine, and she ran that place for many years.
Can't go wrong drinking in an old whorehouse.
These are the bathhouses. This is Bathhouse Row. This is why this is a national park. This is why Hot Springs is anything, because of these old bathhouses. And you see they've kept most of them up. I mean, these were like high living, fancy back in the day, and they've kept most of them up. One of them's a museum now. I'll try and take you in there one of the days that you're here, and you can go check it out. And then you can also still schedule baths exactly like they did it back in the day.
Which was a Tuesday, by the way, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, so that was Bathhouse Row. And then this is the most famous big hotel here, the Arlington Hotel. We actually passed signs for it on the highway getting here. But this is the big fancy hotel, the Arlington.
Which, by the way, is pretty big.
And then we got a lot of things like this, like small aquariums and little tourist stuff. Because again, it's a tourist town, but we're a small town. We cater a lot to people in Arkansas, I guess, and out, like surrounding areas, Texas, things like that. So we'll have little aquariums. And the Arlington was the biggest, nicest hotel. This is the other one, the competitor, which is not nearly as nice, but it's a really cool and historic place. The Majestic Hotel is up here. And this one, it doesn't look as nice as the Arlington, but I like it. I think it's got a lot of character. It's pretty cool. And then back here is our math and science school. So that's the Arkansas School for Math and Science. It's a live-in high school. Really difficult to get into. So it's all the smart math and science kids. They come here and they live in Hot Springs, and they have dorms and everything like that.
That flow underneath the city. Show you how and why it's down there. But yeah, it's hot water. Comes out really, really hot. It's steaming.
Down the road they have little spigots and everything, and you can get the water like it says right here. Hot Springs National Park is mandated to give away its primary resource for personal consumption in an unending and unaltered state.
And this is the building we're in. That's a bathhouse on the road we were just on that has all these bathhouses. Not that any of you guys probably care, but that's what that is. Yep. And then something with the water in the river being underground makes it come up Hot Springs. In Hot Springs.
Very thorough.
Which is why it's called Hot Springs. And all the bathhouses are here is because the heat of the springs in a bathhouse, you take a bath. Native Americans thought it was magical, could heal you. Bam. Everything you need to know. This is Hot Springs. What's interesting about Hot Springs is it's actually inside of a national park. Now what's even more funny about it is that while Hot Springs is inside of a national park, there is a point where the national park is inside of Hot Springs, and it goes all the way back up and around the city.
To make up now, outside of him, it's Lexus Hero, followed by Storming Senor. What trouble there at the top of the stretch. Mr. Guard clinging to the lead, chased by Petty Song. On the outside, Final Fight is bearing down strongly. Final Fight on the outside, and from the back of the pack, it's Clutto Red finishing at the Lexus Hero. Lexus Hero.
Here we go. What's it?
It's a Clutto Red or Lexus Hero. The Clutto Red, Lexus Hero.
So here I am in Little Rock trying to find the Little Rock that Little Rock is named after. And I'm in this plaza area with all these rocks and plaques that talk about the history of Little Rock, but none of them actually say here is the Little Rock, or there is the Little Rock, or that is the Little Rock. Like, it's not clearly labeled. I'm thinking it's referring to this right there, because it talks about sticking out into the river and changing the current for boats to land near. So that's the only thing I can assume, since there's no clear marking. So for any of you viewers from Little Rock who might be able to correct me, I apologize if I got it wrong, but that's all I can come up with as far as which rock is the actual Little Rock. But some history is that Little Rock was named after a Frenchman had found a big rock somewhere along the river and decided to name that the big rock, or the French rock. And at some point his terminology of the big rock and the Little Rock ended up on all the trading route maps, and so Little Rock got named Little Rock after the Little Rock. That's about all I have on that. So yeah. Hey guys, I'm at the Arkansas State Capitol, which was modeled after the White House. And apparently when Bill Clinton was running this place, he took that top part right there and had it remade into gold. It used to match the rest of the building. But I just thought I'd show you guys the remake of the White House in the Arkansas State Capitol. Cheers. This is the Little Rock High School, where when integration of schools first happened, this is where all the National Guard had to come in to protect the African Americans who were integrated into the school, and it was all over the news, and it was a pretty big deal. So I thought I'd show that to you guys.